Welcome to Wealth Hustle 247 podcast, your trusted guide to financial literacy, business innovation, and entrepreneurial success. Learn how to grow your wealth, make informed decisions, and turn your ideas into profitable ventures.
Success leaves clues. In this powerful podcast from alux.com, 15 things poor people do that the rich don't, uncover the habits and mindset shifts that separate the wealthy from the rest. This AI-generated overview dives into actionable insights to break free from limiting patterns and unlock your potential for greatness. Transform your life, because you're meant for more.
All right, so are you ready to dive into some fascinating, maybe kind of controversial ideas about wealth and poverty?
Oh, yeah.
You wanted us to deep dive into this Alex.com video
Yes.
about 15 things poor people supposedly do
Right.
that rich people don't, and we're about to unpack it all.
This video definitely got people talking.
Oh, yeah.
And for
yeah.
good reason.
Yeah.
We're going to break down those 15 points. Not to endorse them,
Right.
but to see what we can learn
Yeah.
and what we should maybe take with a grain of salt.
Exactly. We'll explore those habits and mindsets. The video links to wealth, but more importantly, you'll be equipped to think critically about these kinds of generalizations.
Yes.
Ready to jump in.
Absolutely. Let's start with something we can all relate to,
Okay.
how we spend our time.
Oh.
The video goes right for the jugular,
Yeah.
claiming that poor people waste time on TV,
Mm-hmm.
especially reality TV and the news.
Ooh, I feel personally attacked already. Their point is that while we're passively watching, rich people are out there being on TV, building empires, and living those exciting lives. We're just observing.
It's a thought-provoking concept, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's not necessarily about demonizing TV itself,
Right.
but rather prompting us to consider how we're using our time.
Mm-hmm.
Are we letting it slip away on passive entertainment?
Yeah.
Or are we actively investing it in our goals and personal growth?
That's a great point. It's like they're saying, hey, if you have big dreams,
Yeah.
maybe swap out that reality show marathon for a documentary about someone who built their dream business from scratch.
Exactly.
Speaking of building the video, then dives into something we all need to fuel our bodies and minds, food.
This is where things get a bit sensitive.
Okay.
The video makes some strong claims about poor people neglecting their nutrition, loading up on sugary drinks and fast food,
Yeah.
while rich people prioritize healthy eating for peak performance.
Yeah, they didn't hold back with the imagery. Talking about people blasting their brains with sugar.
Right.
But I think the real takeaway here, and this is where understanding those systemic factors comes in,
Yes.
is recognizing that healthy choices aren't always equally accessible to everyone.
Exactly. Access to fresh produce, time to cook nutritious meals, even knowledge about nutrition.
Right.
These are all influenced by socioeconomic factors.
Yeah.
So while healthy eating is undeniably important, it's not always as simple as just willpower
Right.
or good choices.
Yeah.
It's a much more nuanced conversation
Yeah.
that goes beyond individual behavior.
Okay, so we've covered time management and food choices. Now the video goes for our wallets and tackles how we spend our money,
Okay.
particularly when it comes to clothes.
They say poor people shop sales to save money,
Right.
but this actually makes them look poor, reinforcing a cycle of limited resources.
Oh.
On the flip side, they claim rich people focus on increasing income
Right.
and are happy to pay full price,
Okay.
projecting an image of abundance.
Interesting. So it's not just about what you can afford,
Right.
but the message you send
Yeah.
by buying something on sale.
Yeah.
Do we really project a lack of success just because we snagged a good deal?
It does raise some questions about the psychology of shopping, doesn't it?
It does.
Think about it. Do we feel more confident in an outfit we splurged on versus something we got for a steal?
Right.
And how does that confidence
Yeah.
or lack thereof
Yeah.
translate into our interactions and opportunities?
That's making me rethink my entire wardrobe strategy. And speaking of strategy, the video then throws us a curveball and focuses on something most of us probably don't associate with wealth.
Okay.
Showering.
Yeah, this one stood out.
Right.
They argue that poor people shower less often.
Okay.
And while it seems shallow,
Yeah.
there might be something to the idea that neglecting basic hygiene
Right.
can impact your success, both personally and professionally.
I'll admit at first I was like, really? showering.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking about first impressions and
Yeah.
how our appearance can influence how people perceive us.
Exactly.
It ties into that whole dress for success idea,
Yes.
but goes a step further.
It's about sending signals of self-respect and attention to detail, which can subconsciously influence people's perceptions of our competence and reliability.
Wow. Okay, so maybe showering is a power move. Now, shifting gears from our external appearance to our internal world, the video tackles something less tangible,
Okay.
how we handle those inevitable bumps in the road.
They claim poor people blame others for their misfortunes,
Mm-hmm.
getting stuck in a victim mentality,
Yeah.
while rich people see setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning.
Yeah, okay.
It's about taking ownership of your situation,
Mm-hmm.
analyzing what went wrong,
Yeah.
and using those lessons to propel yourself forward.
I can see how that mindset shift can make a huge difference.
Yeah.
If every challenge is just someone else's fault, you never learn or grow from those experiences.
Right.
But if you see each obstacle as a chance to analyze, adapt, and come back stronger, it can be incredibly empowering.
Absolutely. It's not about denying the existence of real challenges or systemic barriers.
Right.
It's about focusing on the aspects we can control,
Right.
our reactions and our choices to navigate those challenges more effectively.
So we've covered time, food looks mindset.
Mm-hmm.
What else could there be? Well, let me tell you. It's about to get real as we head into the financial deep end, starting with one word that can evoke both anxiety and hope.
Okay.
Savings.
The video paints a stark picture. Poor people lack savings, leaving them vulnerable to unexpected problems and missed opportunities,
Yeah.
while rich people use savings as a springboard for growth and financial freedom.
Right.
They emphasize that having a financial cushion not only provides security, but it opens doors to investments and opportunities that wouldn't be possible otherwise.
It's like that saying, it takes money to make money, but really it takes saved money to make money right.
Right.
Having that financial buffer allows you to take calculated risks,
Yeah.
invest in your education or business, or even weather those unexpected storms life throws our way.
That's exactly it. And
Yeah.
it goes beyond just practical benefits.
Okay.
Having savings can also provide a sense of peace of mind and empower you to make decisions from a place of strength
Right.
rather than desperation.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, speaking of financial decisions, the video dives into another potentially sensitive topic, how we use credit.
They argue that poor people use credit for non-essential purchases,
Yeah.
getting trapped in a cycle of debt,
Why?
while rich people use credit strategically to leverage investments and generate more wealth.
Okay, hold on a minute. So are they saying all debt is bad?
Right.
What about things like student loans or a mortgage?
Yeah.
Things that can potentially lead to greater earning potential down the road.
That's where the concept of good debt versus bad debt comes in.
Okay.
The video's point is that credit should be used as a tool for building wealth, not for accumulating stuff that loses value the minute you buy it.
That's a good distinction.
Yeah.
It's not about avoiding debt entirely, but being strategic about when and how you use it.
Exactly. It's
Ah.
about understanding the true cost of borrowing,
Mm-hmm.
considering the long-term implications,
Right.
and making sure that debt serves you,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
So we've covered time management,
Mm-hmm.
nutrition, image, mindset, savings, and credit.
Yeah.
Buckle up, because in part 2, we're going to dive into some of the more controversial claims about family planning and healthcare
Right.
and explore how systemic factors play a role in these discussions.
Sounds good. Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
We're continuing our exploration of this Alex.com video.
Okay.
And in this part, we're wading into some
Mm-hmm.
even deeper
Okay.
and potentially more sensitive waters.
Yeah, get ready for some thought-provoking and maybe even eyebrow-raising ideas
Yes.
as we tackle topics like family planning and healthcare
Yes.
and the role of personal responsibility versus systemic factors.
It's about to get real.
Yeah.
The video jumps right in with a claim
Okay.
that often sparks debate.
Okay.
Poor people have more children earlier in life,
Mm-hmm.
limiting their financial progress, while rich people prioritize financial stability before expanding their families.
Okay, whoa. That's a loaded statement, right?
It is.
I mean, family size is such a personal decision.
Yes.
Influenced by so many factors like cultural norms, personal beliefs,
Absolutely.
and access to family planning resources.
Absolutely. It's crucial to approach this topic with sensitivity
Yeah.
and recognize those diverse influences.
Right.
However, the video's point albeit bluntly stated, highlights the undeniable financial implications of raising children.
They drop a pretty hefty figure,
Yeah.
around $250,000 to raise a child in a developed country.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of diapers and college tuition.
It does make you pause and consider the financial planning aspect
Right.
of family decisions.
Yeah.
Of course, no one should make those decisions solely based on finances.
Right.
But it's a factor that deserves thoughtful consideration.
Right. It's about being informed and making responsible choices that align with your overall life goals.
Exactly.
Now, shifting from family planning to personal well-being, the video tackles another important but sometimes overlooked aspect of success, healthcare.
They argue that poor people neglect regular checkups,
Yeah.
leading to late diagnoses and costly treatments, while rich people prioritize preventative care to maintain their health
Right.
and prevent major medical expenses down the line.
You know, I've been guilty of skipping those annual checkups myself,
Yeah.
thinking, I feel fine, what's the point?
Right.
But the video's point about early detection resonated with me.
Yeah.
Catching things early can make a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely.
And treatment options and overall health outcomes.
Absolutely. And it's not just about individual choices.
Right.
Access to affordable and quality health care plays a significant role in these decisions.
It does.
Systemic factors,
Yeah.
like insurance coverage and the availability of healthcare providers,
Right.
can create barriers that make it harder for some people to prioritize preventative care.
That's a really important point. It's not always as simple as just choosing to prioritize your health.
Right.
Now, speaking of choices, the video circles back to our spending habits,
Oh, okay.
criticizing what they call the spend first, earn later mentality.
They argue that poor people get stuck in a cycle of buying things they can't afford,
Right.
relying on credit or loans to fill the gap,
Yeah.
while rich people understand the power of delayed gratification, saving up and earning before spending.
That reminds me of the classic marshmallow experiment,
Oh, yeah.
where kids who could resist eating a marshmallow immediately were rewarded with two later on.
Right.
It's about that ability to delay gratification
Exactly.
for a greater reward down the line. Exactly. And it applies to so much more
Yeah.
than just money.
Yeah.
It's about building that discipline to resist those impulse purchases
Yeah.
and making conscious choices that align with your long-term goals.
It's like training your brain to think,
Yeah,
do I really need this right now, or can I wait and save up for something even better?
exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about time, food hygiene mindset, finances, family planning, and healthcare. What's left?
Right.
Well, buckle up because the video is about to challenge our social circles.
This is where they drop that famous line.
Okay.
You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Okay.
They argue that poor people surround themselves with others
Yeah.
who reinforce negative beliefs and limit their potential,
Okay.
while rich people seek out inspiring and successful individuals who challenge them to grow.
That's a powerful concept, right?
It is.
If you're constantly surrounded by negativity and limited thinking,
Yeah.
it's going to be harder to break free and reach for those bigger goals.
It's like that saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Right.
It's about actively seeking out mentors,
Yeah.
role models, and peers who inspire you, push you, and help you see possibilities
Right.
you might not have considered before.
It makes you think about the company you keep and how it might be influencing your aspirations,
Absolutely.
either positively or negatively.
Yes.
Now, shifting from our external influences to our internal drive.
Right.
The video tackles a topic that can make or break our dreams.
Okay.
Follow through.
They lament that poor people have great ideas,
Right.
but fail to act on them,
Yeah.
while rich people are relentless in their pursuit of their goals,
Okay.
putting in the consistent effort required to make their vision a reality.
They even drop a sobering statistic.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 businesses fail
Yeah.
in their first 3 years. But then they challenge us to think about how many businesses never even get started
Right.
because of fear, procrastination, or lack of follow-through.
It's a powerful reminder that having a great idea is just the first step.
Yeah.
The real magic happens when we take action, persevere through challenges, and make those consistent efforts that turn dreams into tangible results.
It's about shifting from someday I'll
Yeah.
to today I will.
Yeah.
Now, all this talk about taking action and responsibility leads us to the final point in this segment.
Okay.
And it's a big one, self-reliance.
The video argues that poor people expect others to help them succeed, while rich people understand they're ultimately responsible
Right.
for their own outcomes.
Oof, that one hit hard. It's easy to fall into the trap of waiting for someone to rescue us
Yeah.
or hand us opportunities. But the reality is that
Right.
we have more power than we often realize to create our own success.
It's not about denying the importance of community support
Right.
or the need for systemic change to address inequalities,
Right.
but it is about recognizing that we have a role to play
Yeah.
in shaping our own destiny.
Yeah. It's about that internal locus of control, that belief that our actions, our choices ultimately matter.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from family planning to healthcare, spending habits to social circles,
Yeah,
and the importance of follow-through and self-reliance.
absolutely.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. We've explored a lot of ground, unpacking those 15 points from the Alex.com video about the differences
Yeah,
between how poor people and rich people approach life.
it's been quite the journey.
It has.
We've discussed everything from time management and nutrition to mindset shifts and financial strategies.
Right.
Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
What are the overarching themes
Yeah.
and takeaways we can glean from all this?
Well, one thing that struck me is the repeated emphasis on personal responsibility. Almost every point in some way boils down to the idea
Yeah.
that we have the power to shape our own destiny.
Yes, that's a dominant thread throughout the video.
Yep.
Whether it's about how we use our time, who we surround ourselves with, or how we react to setbacks,
Yeah.
the message is clear. Our choices have consequences, and those consequences shape our lives.
Which on the one hand can be incredibly empowering.
Right.
It means we're not just passive bystanders.
Right.
We have agency to make changes and create the life we want.
Exactly.
But it also puts a lot of weight on the individual's shoulders.
Exactly. And that's where the conversation needs to expand beyond just personal responsibility.
Okay.
We can't ignore the systemic factors,
Right.
the societal structures that create unequal playing field and impact people's choices and opportunities.
Right. It's like saying everyone can achieve financial success if they just work hard enough.
Yeah.
Without acknowledging that some people are starting with significant disadvantages like limited access to education,
Right.
healthcare,
Yeah.
or even safe housing.
It's about holding those two truths in tension, recognizing the power of individual choice, while also acknowledging the impact of systemic barriers. We need to address both levels to create a more just and equitable society where everyone has a genuine chance to thrive.
I love that phrasing, holding those two truths in tension.
Yeah,
It's nuanced and avoids oversimplifying a complex issue.
exactly.
Another theme that emerged was the importance of mindset.
Yes.
The video talks a lot about the differences
Yeah.
between a poor mindset and a rich mindset.
Right.
Yeah, like seeing money as a tool for growth
Yeah.
rather than something to be feared or hoarded. Embracing risk as a path to opportunity.
Yes.
And focusing on what you have rather than what you lack.
While those terms can feel a bit judgmental,
Yeah.
the underlying concept is valuable.
Yeah.
Our beliefs and attitudes truly do shape our perceptions,
Right.
our choices, and ultimately our outcomes.
It's like that Henry Ford quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If we believe we're capable of great things, we're more likely to take the actions necessary to make them happen.
Exactly.
No.
So much of success in any area of life starts with cultivating a positive and empowering mindset.
So we've talked about personal responsibility and mindset, but before we wrap up, I think it's important to acknowledge that this video, while offering some stimulating ideas,
Right.
does tend to oversimplify a complex issue.
Absolutely.
No.
Real life is rarely black and white.
Yeah.
People are complex,
Right.
and we can't reduce someone's entire life experience to a checklist
Yeah.
of habits or beliefs.
Right. It's important to approach this information with critical thinking and recognize that there are always exceptions, nuances,
Yeah.
and individual circumstances that shape people's paths.
So as you reflect on these 15 points, don't feel judged or discouraged
Right.
if some of them resonate with you.
Yeah.
Instead, use this as an opportunity for self-reflection.
Okay.
Which points challenge you? Which inspire you? What small changes can you make in alignment with your own values and goals to create the life you want?
That's a perfect note to end on. This deep dive wasn't about blindly accepting every claim,
No.
but about sparking thoughtful conversations and empowering you to take control of your own narrative.
Exactly.
Remember, you are the author of your own story.
And we'll be here for the next chapter.
Yes.
Thanks for diving deep with us.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the next episode of The Deep Dive.
That's it for today's episode of Wealth Hustle 247. Be sure to follow, like, comment, and share with others. Keep pushing toward your goals, and we'll see you in the next episode.